Good day, everyone. I am Jimrick H. Berin from Southern Leyte State University, currently taking Bachelor in Industrial Technology, major in Electrical to Section D. And now, I will going to discuss the topic that is being assigned to me, entitled Selecting the Method of Collecting Data. So for the next slide are the several ways on how to collect data. There are two ways in collecting data. First is the clerical tools and the second is the mechanical devices. These are the main methods used for collecting data. Each method has its own use depending on what you want to know. Some are simple while others need tools. There are 7 methods on how to collect data under the clerical tools. First is the questionnaire. A questionnaire is the set of written questions given to the respondent to answer. It may include multiple choice, rating skills, or open-ended questions. It can be administered physically, like printed or online. Useful for collecting data from many people quickly. Second is the interview. An interview involves direct face-to-face, phone, or online conversation between the researcher and the participant. The third is the empirical observation method. Empirical observation means collecting data by watching and recording actual behavior or events in the real world. The fourth is registration. Registration is a method of collecting data by routinely recording information in official documents or databases. Examples: birth records, school enrollment, hospital records, and crime statistics. The fifth is teaching method. In research, the teaching method refers to the collecting data by using an instructional activity and evaluating how participants respond or learn. The sixth one is the experimental method. An experimental method involves manipulating one variable, which is independent variable, to see its effect on another, which is the dependent variable. It is useful for determining cause and effect relationships. The last method is the library method. It refers to the collecting existing information from published materials. Includes books, journals, newspapers, reports, academic articles, online scholarly databases. It is useful for background research, literature review, theoretical frameworks, and identifying gaps in knowledge. The second way of collecting data is by using mechanical devices. Mechanical devices are tools like microscopes, cameras, and recorders. They help us collect data that we can see or measure. For example, a thermometer measures temperature in experiments. And now, let's discuss the 10 characteristics of a good research instrument. First, instrument must be valid and reliable. Good research tools must be valid and reliable. This means they collect the right data and give the same result when repeated. Second, it must be based upon the conceptual framework or what the searcher wants to find out. A tool must be based on the searcher's idea or plan. This helps the tool gather the right informations for the study. A conceptual framework guides what needs to be asked. Third, it must gather suitable for the relevant to the research topic. A tool must collect only information that matches the topic. Extra or unrelated data should not be included. Fourth, it must gather data that would test the hypothesis or answer the question under investigation. A tool must gather data that answer the research question or test a hypothesis. This helps confirm if the idea is true or not. Fifth, it should be free from all kinds of bias. A tool must not have biased questions suggest an answer, and can mislead people. Sixth, it must contain only questions or items that are unequivocal. A tool must have clear and single meaning questions. Confusing or double questions make answers unclear. Seventh, it must contain clear and definite directions to accomplish it. A tool must give clear instructions so people know what to do. Good instructions make answering easier. 8. If the instrument is a mechanical device, it must be of the best or latest model. Mechanical tools must be updated for good quality. Better tools gather more accurate data. 9. It must be accompanied by a good cover letter. A research tool should have a polite cover letter. This makes people more willing to answer. A kind introduction builds trust. 10th, it must be accompanied, if possible, by a letter of recommendation from a sponsor. A sponsor letter can help make people respond better. It shows support from someone important. This makes the tool more credible. So that ends for my topic. Thank you for watching.